Alright guys, welcome to weeks 14 and 15. Welcome to the juiciest video, the video you all be waiting for. Natty or not. But before I answer that, let's get into what happened in the last 2 weeks. Let's get into what's happening today actually. I'm training back. I'm halfway my training. I'm training back at SATS, Amazon. I used to train here 4 years ago. Beautiful location, a lot of sun, a lot of light. Very nice. Good equipment, sauna. Unfortunately, I got banned from this gym. and I will tell you why later. So, training back, and I'm a little bit weak, and that's what I'm gonna talk to you about. What happened the last 2 weeks. I've lost weight. I don't know if you can notice, my face is slim, very shredded, but losing volume, and it goes hand in hand. I'm losing strength, hardly maintaining strength and volume, but decreasing. I lost 6 kilos in the last 4 weeks. Lost 6 kilos in 4 weeks. So that's a lot. And that's related to the answer, natty or not. So, I mean, I guess you don't have to be a genius to know the answer, but obviously not. I'm not natty. And I will tell you everything you want to know, like how I started, doses maybe, and what I think about it, and current status. So let me do a set first, and then I'll talk to you. Heavy. So actually I got banned from this gym 2 years ago for drug testing. I got drug tested. This gym is part of ADH, anti-doping Denmark, ADD, anti-doping Denmark. So basically in Denmark, someone can come in the middle of your training, poke you in your arm and say, hey, you need to pee in this cup. And they make you pee in a cup, you get tested, and if you're positive of any anabolic substance, you get banned for 2 years. So I'm not banned anymore, but that's what happened. Which honestly I think is kind of discrimination. I mean, I'm not advocating the use of steroids, but I'm not hurting anyone. It's my own decision, my own body, so what I do with it's kind of my choice. But so bear in mind, I'm 36 years old. My first cycle was when I was 30. So I was pretty old. I am pretty old. But yeah, I was 30 years old. You know, I was thinking about competing, and one thing leads to another, and I just decided to jump into my first cycle, which was 10 weeks of test and deca. Then a year after, I think maybe not 9 months after, so the year after, I did my second cycle. That was 15 weeks of test deca and wind stroll. And then waited another year. So I was kind of having time on, time off. So maybe I did like 4 cycles in 4 years. And the last year, for some, I will tell you the truth, for mental circumstances, which I was not very balanced, then I decided not to stop. So maybe not the healthiest choice I have taken in my life, but I've been on for more than a year, blasting. And you know, first you start with something, then you start with something else, and at some point you just do everything. So let me do another set. So, what do you want to know? Yeah, blasting. So obviously, if you are not already on steroids, your growth will be, you know, slow. When you do a steroid, your growth is pretty high up, but then when you quit steroid, you drop also a lot. Maybe you drop at 30% of what you gain. So maybe you gain 10 kilos and then you drop 3 or 4. So it's fast growth, fast loss, but still faster. Pros and cons, a lot of pros, a lot of cons. Health risk. Well, let's talk about side effects. I haven't had many side effects. Hair loss, you know. Hair loss could be the main thing. Hair loss and hair growth. For example, I'm losing hair here, but I have a lot of hair on my back, and so it's kind of. I mean. Pros, crazy strength, crazy gains. Cons, well, be dependent on it, you know, because when you're doing it, you're super strong, and then you stop, and then you're not as strong. So your mental, you can mentally crash. So. And that's what comes to what's happening to me now. I think the major concern about steroids is fertility. The 2 major concerns would be, heart problems and fertility. Fertility means that you might not be able to have kids. So usually it's not a problem, but it can happen. That's the risk that you can have, that you cannot have kids. And now I'm at the time of my life where I want to have kids. So That's why I stopped. So in general, I just want to, get my seeds ready, and for when the time comes, because as I've been blasting on gear for such a long time, it might take a long time for me to recover my body. So what to say? Just in general, focus more on health now and not on looks. So doses of what I've done. Like I said, I've been on, at this point I have tried everything. I could be maybe like a coach. I've tried all of the supplements. Not all of them, but mostly. And I could tell you what is better, what is worse. Never ever do trend, and never ever mix Tren and Deca, cause never ever mix Tren and Deca. That was a big mistake. You learn from mistakes, and if you don't learn from mistakes, you're gonna get a fucked up life. You're gonna have a very fucked up life. Anyway, so I absolutely do not recommend the use. I do not recommend starting on it, especially if you're young, because when you are young, like 20s, it doesn't even make sense because your body is naturally so strong. You shouldn't. That's crazy. That's the last thing you should do, because you don't need it. Your body doesn't need it. I started when I was 30. If you're in your 20s, just focus on food, eat a lot. But never jump into any steroids at your 20s or earlier, ever. Really consider the risks, because everything has a price, and I'm surely gonna pay the price. Yeah. But besides that, I believe that it has given me a lot of good things too. It's my own decision. I'm not hurting anyone. So I definitely love the sides, love lifting heavy. It's one of my passions, and I would have never been able to reach this level without steroids. That's for sure. You simply can't. unless you have crazy good genetics and start training very, very early in life. You know, if you start training like at 16 with proper diet and good genetics, then yes, you can reach this level. But otherwise, if you see someone that looks like this, absolutely not natty. Haven't used the machine in a long time. Long time. But I used to love this. I'm not sure if I still love it. Yes, I still love it. But I feel like I'm gonna hit the guy next to me. So, what else? Last 2 weeks. So, as I have stopped juicing, I've been off for 4 weeks. I've lost 60 kilos, but now it should be start to go up a little bit slowly as my natural testosterone bounce back. That's a problem. Normally, so the thing is, if you inject testosterone, your body doesn't need to produce testosterone, so it stops the production. When you stop taking testosterone, your body normally would bounce back and be like, oh, we don't have testosterone, let's start making testosterone again. One of the risks is that your system shut down, maybe because you've been juicing for too long, and your body is not able to produce testosterone anymore. So I hope you got all the answers you were looking for. I hope you appreciate my honesty, because I think that's the most important. I think that's the most basic and important human value there is. That's honesty. Honest with your family, with your partner, with your friends, with yourself. Do not lie, do not hide anything. Because lies and even hiding things or not saying things, truth always comes out. It's a matter of time. So by lying, you just hurt yourself and you hurt others. So you just have to be honest. So that's why I'm coming off straight about what's up. In case there was any doubts, now there's no doubts. You can judge me, I don't care. I'm the same person with the same, I hope, good values, spreading positivity and spreading information and support. Yeah. So, I'm definitely not saying you should do steroids. I think you should not. Yeah. Thanks for watching again. Comment if you have any other further questions. Just comment, share, like, subscribe, and thanks a lot.